Let's start with Courtney Barnett, Dave, the Australian rocker. Um, so my relationship with Courtney Barnett is interesting because I feel like around the time I started going to festivals, 2012, 2013 through like 2015, 16 is when she really started blowing up, right? She had a couple of those EPs. Sea of Split Peas, I think, was the one that I first remember listening to. And then came the albums. Sometimes I sit and think, sometimes I just sit. And that around that time was when she just took off and felt like she was going to be this face of the female rock movement for a while. And I feel like she's kind of grown comfortably into like a really solid artist, but not one that pops off with huge hits, things that get radio play or a lot of attention. Um, and as we move, uh, or as we talk today about I believe this is her fourth album. Things take time. Take time. Uh, I feel like it's a lot of the same for Courtney on this, and it's interesting because her vocal style, her delivery is kind of like a trademark of her, and something that I think obviously stands out about the way she performs her songs. But I kind of felt like the delivery almost kind of felt lackadaisical on this at times for me, and I was a little bit just more impressed with the craftsmanship of the sonics of the song, especially the guitar playing, obviously, which she's a master at. But how did you feel about Things Take Time, Take Time?
I did like it. I liked it. I think this is actually her third solo album. A Lot of Sea
Mm.
Lice is a collab album with Kurt Vile from the War on Drugs. But yeah, I liked. What is it? Take time, take time. Things take
Things
time,
take
take
time,
time.
take time.
Yes, and I think it's just because I do enjoy her vocals.
Mhm.
There's just like a fullness, just like a presence to how she sings that I find really enjoyable when it's mixed with her brand of acoustic guitar. So
Mhm.
I just find in general like her music's really easy to listen to, really easy to put on. I don't know if I'm like super wowed by her lyrics. I know she's kind of uh, triumphed and liked for like her like subtle humor and her witty lines and all that. I don't know if I grasp that too much, but I
Mhm.
still enjoy how it sounds. And I thought this, didn't change my opinion of her to this point, but I thought it sounded pretty good.
Yeah, it's. I think we're very much kind of in the same way, which I don't think her like vocals blow anybody away, but just her delivery is so unique, and it definitely brings a certain presence to the songs. It's almost like she's telling a like witty joke or like a really dry joke, like in every single song, just very like straight faced. It feels like, but obviously with some uh, twisty or like tongue in cheek lyrics at times. Um, I think the tracks for me that stood out the most were the ones that felt like either she was really leaning into like the sunniness of her guitar playing, like a song like Ray Street sounds pretty sunny to me. The I think it's If I Don't Hear From You Tonight, I really liked little upbeat drumming there. But then at times I found myself a little like, I don't know about bored, but just not as into it on things like
Mm.
maybe like Take It Day by Day, which is like a little more like bass heavy, a little like funkier. Just
Yeah.
didn't work as well for me. But I appreciate her just like you know uh, trying to like pull a couple of things. I don't think this was like a I don't this doesn't feel like an opus album or anything like that to her. Just kind of more of the same, like you said.
Yeah. Seems like she made a lot of this, made this in lockdown in Melbourne, also framed by the, you know, severe wildfires that were happening in
Mm-hmm.
Australia at the time. Interestingly, she wasn't able to use her normal studio band to record, so she kind of had to circumvent that. I think one of the guys from Warpaint helped her craft this more or less in a more DIY fashion than someone established like her would probably prefer. Uh, and yeah, it's funny. I actually liked Take It Day by Day. a
Hmm.
little more than you did, just because I thought like the drum and the guitar combination, like that tempo, just stood out to me.
Yeah.
Um, it was nice for again her vocal delivery. And then Ray Street, which I believe is one of the early singles. I just thought the guitar was really good on that one. And then if I don't hear from you tonight, same thing. But yeah, I mean overall, I think it's just kind of like it's not like a crazy vibe or anything. It's just kind of pleasant to listen to, but it might not hold your attention all the way through, even though it's kind of short.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Um, Courtney Barnett, just I feel like an artist that I expected to be bigger by now. I guess just hasn't like broken out in the way I expected.
Yeah, nominated for Best New Artist at the Grammys several years ago. At this point, lost to Megan Trainor, funny enough, which is
Mhm.
probably one of the weaker picks of the last 10 years for that award.
All
But
about that bass, baby.
yeah. Funny enough, I actually, just by complete happenstance, was waiting in line at an airport behind Courtney Barnett and her band in 2019. And it was a really funny thing because I just was looking at the people in front of me and I noticed all these instrument cases. And I was like, must be a band. And I keep looking. I see like rough trade stickers and I see like label insignias. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Who is this? And then I saw Courtney waiting in line for the uh, ticket counter, just like me. I was like, oh shit, this is Courtney Barnett. However, I'm not a big enough fan to interrupt her day, so I let it go. Just took a quick Snapchat and was continue to wait in line. Really funny, just to just come across someone famous in the airport. I'd never seen anyone before.
Yeah, the stars, they're just like us. No, that's a cool story. I've had a few run-ins with my most notable one is Andre 3000. It's
Mm.
on the same flight as him and snuck into first class to talk to him. But yeah, it is like kind of surreal when you see an artist just in the open like that.